天花板，炎帝，萧炎是也。
Xiao Yan will meet his ancestor Xiao Xian in the heavenly tomb of the Gu clan. Xiao Xian saved Xiao Yan, Suner, and other members of the Gu clan from 2 spirit bodies of the Doushang saint level from the Hun clan before leading them into his tomb. Xiao Xian was the strongest ancestor of the Xiao clan and one of the 4 peak existences of his era. A 9-star Doushang, half a step into the Dodi class. He was the creator of the heavenly flame secret technique, flame transformation, which is, in fact, the method for forming the Xiao clan's tattoo. In the past, the Xiao clan lost their Dodi bloodline. Without it, the clan would soon have been destroyed. Xiao Xian had already felt that the divine bloodline was weakening. The only way to restore its power was through the birth of a new god. After long discussions with the clan elders, they decided to take a great risk. Xiao Xian used a secret technique to transfer most of the Xiao clan's bloodline power into his own body. But in the end, he failed. When Xiao Xian was about to break through to the Dodi level, the Hun clan launched a despicable sneak attack. Xiao Xian suffered severe injuries and died. However, although Xiao Yan did not possess the Xiao bloodline, he inherited the Xiao clan tattoo. This is an inheritance passed down from the ancient clans. The number of marks in the tattoo reflects the concentration of the Dodi bloodline. Unlike the tattoos of other ancient clans, the Xiao clan's tattoo must be cultivated through personal strength, by completing the 4th and final step of the flame transformation secret technique. The highest level of the Xiao clan's tattoo is a dark red 9-stroke mark. So, the 3rd form of flame transformation is not the final one. Xiao Xian had waited for many years in solitude to pass everything on to Xiao Yan. Naturally, he revealed the final step to fully master the clan's secret technique. More importantly, Ancestor Xiao Xian also passed on the remaining power of the Xiao clan's divine bloodline to Xiao Yan. Xiao Xian waved his hand, and dim blood-colored threads flowed from his body, forming a kind of blood pool. At the same time, his black hair turned gray. He had aged. In the past, Xiao Xian preserved fragments of the divine bloodline. He sealed a portion of its power using a special technique. The hope was that one day, he could pass it on to a descendant of the clan. And that descendant was now here, Xiao Yan, who had entered the heavenly tomb. This bloodline power also carried some of Xiao Xian's energy from when he was still alive. So this is the power of the Xiao clan's bloodline. Xiao Yan clenched his fists. This kind of power originated from the Xiao clan itself. His blood seemed to boil, eager to merge with the source of this strength. This energy came from the Xiao bloodline. He could feel his body was ready to accept the ancestral power he had never touched before. Xiao Yan stepped into the blood pool. The remnants of the bloodline were entrusted to him by Xiao Xian, the last hope for the Xiao clan's revival. As soon as his feet touched the water, his body began to change. Pain erupted with unimaginable intensity. His blood boiled as surging energy poured into him, pushing out his normal blood. This marked the beginning of the bloodline transformation process, a painful and dangerous path. The power of the bloodline must first push out all ordinary blood, and only then can it begin to integrate into your body. This is the first step of the inheritance, the bloodline transformation, Xiao Xian said calmly. Despite the excruciating pain and exhaustion, Xiao Yan gritted his teeth and continued to absorb the power. Each day, his body grew weaker. After 10 days, nothing remained of the young man but a pale skeleton, barely showing signs of life. Suner never left his side, watching his suffering with pain in her heart. Suddenly, after 20 days, ripples appeared on the surface of the pool. This marked the completion of the first stage. The Xiao bloodline had accepted its new bearer. Xiao Xian activated the seals and directed blood-red light into the pool. The energy that had been sealed here for centuries began to awaken. A special liquid, a concentrated essence of the pure bloodline, separated from the rest of the water and slowly merged with Xiao Yan's body. Gradually, his skin regained color, his breathing deepened, and his body began to recover. Another month passed. During this time, Xiao Yan steadily absorbed the energy from the pool. His body grew stronger, and his aura more powerful. Time flowed on, and the majestic energy within the blood pool was gradually depleted by Xiao Yan's efforts. After a year and a half, he completed the absorption of the Xiao clan's divine bloodline. What level had he reached? At the time he met Ancestor Xiao, he was a 6-star Douluo, honored warrior. Both Xiao and Gu Suner sensed the terrifying energy within him, and it was growing at an alarming rate. Peak of the 6th star, 7th star, peak of the 7th star, 8th star. Xiao and Suner felt his aura climbing, showing no signs of stopping. 9th star already. In less than 10 minutes, Xiao aura surged from the 6th star to the 9th star. And it was still rising. But this kind of rapid growth came with a major problem. If his aura stopped here, his chances of breaking through to the saint level would drop significantly. In other words, if a cultivator relies solely on external power, they will never reach the saint level. Xiao was worried, because Xiao aura had already reached the peak of the 9th star of Douluo. If things continued this way, Xiao might be permanently stuck at that level. If he couldn't resist the overwhelming power, his cultivation would stagnate. To lose oneself in a rush for power was to give up future achievements. Fortunately, Xiao did not lose his mind from the flood of power. At that moment, his aura suddenly dropped and within a few minutes returned to the level of a 6-star Douluo. However, his new 6-star strength was nothing like before. The level was the same, but the power behind it was completely different. Xiao had compressed and stabilized his new power. And then, the process repeated. This cycle, from the 9th star back to the 6th, happened twice. Now, under Xiao control, his power was growing much slower. 6th star, 7th star, 8th star. His aura steadily increased until it stopped at the 8th star. The growth finally ended at the peak of the 8th star of Douluo. His strength had increased by 2 stars, but this growth was completely under his control. It would not hinder his future progress. Xiao had found the best balance between massive power and sustainable growth. The absorption of the Xiao clan's divine bloodline would play a crucial role in Xiao future. And thus began the revival of the Xiao clan. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and see you next time.